Aura, and thank you, fellow Toastmasters. The minute we are born, we begin to die. This is one of the harsh realities that we have to accept and that we fail to acknowledge to realize in our lives. The minute we are born, we begin to die. And although we get to appreciate childhood into adolescence, maybe we get married in our 20s and 30s, but there comes a time when we get older. And as you get older, your parents get older. And as your parents get older, their parents get older. And when you're an only child like me, and your father is an only child, and your mother is an only child, you don't have very much family for support when people get older. When I was a young boy, I saw my grandma Agnes struggle with Parkinson's for years. And every single time I try to stop her shaking, because as a little kid, you want the shaking to stop. But as I stopped her left hand, her right hand would stop shaking. So I would stop that one, and then her legs would start shaking. Of course, I know now it is a disease of the nervous system that is possibly caused by depression, stress, household cleaners. But I didn't know that at that time. And I saw my dad go through stress by taking care of his mom to a point it led my dad to have a massive heart attack when I was 15 on my 15th birthday. I didn't know this at the time, but God was preparing me for my life now when I was 15, 16. While my dad's health started to decline, my grandma Welda's health started to decline. Asthma attack after asthma attack after asthma attack. And finally, to a point, at the end of Merritt College, my grandmother got so sick that she was forced to sell her house in the Oakland Hills to move into a retirement community at Rossmore. And here I am, whose dad's health is on the decline. My grandmother's health is on the decline. And I feel like I have no help. Because during this time, my mother was cupcaking along and dating with men while I'm in college taking care of my grandmother and my dad. Finally, my dad, when I got out of college, had open heart surgery. His aortic valve was narrowing, he was passing out, he was going to die. In fact, in the hospital, he had medically died twice and was brought back every single time by CPR and AED machines. Now, during this time, my grandmother's health is also declining. And I have to start a career graduating from college. So I chose education as a substitute teacher because it allowed me to have the flexibility to take a day off if I needed something. When my dad finally recovered, my grandmother got sick. I had to stop what I was doing and go over there and said, hey, look, you need help? I'll help you out with this. And after my grandmother had pneumonia, it put her on oxygen. So now her mobility is getting worse and she could barely breathe. My dad finally gets a coughing mechanism from a heart medicine he was on. So I had to stop taking care of grandmother to take care of my dad. And the process keeps going and going and going and going. And now I just found out a month ago that my dad now has 15% percentage of heart function. 15% of his heart functions of a normal heart. And on Tuesday, my grandmother had went into the emergency room because of an accident and fell on her head. I am at a point in my life where I want to know, when is this going to end? It ends when the universe says it ends. My mom is coming down June 23rd to have the tough discussion with her mother that it might be time to move on from your house. You cannot live here any longer. The time is coming when my dad gets so tired one night and sleeps and just doesn't wake up. But this is the harsh reality we have to come to realize as the human race. Is that the minute we are born, we begin to die. And as we get older, our parents get older. But I can honestly say I would do this all over again. Because that is the person that I am. When your parents bring you into this world, it is your job to make sure they leave peacefully. Because God forbid one day you will be in that same situation and you're going to want your kid to take care of you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you.